from above, beautiful Bay Hill, traditionally the start of a spectacular stretch on the PGA Tour, with the Players Championship looming and the annual journey to golf's Mecca, Augusta, just a whisper away. The greatest players in the world start by coming here to Bay Hill to honor one of the game's true legends, Arnold Palmer. Since 1979, Bay Hill has been Arnie's tournament, and that's why it always attracts one of the best fields of the year. And it's interesting to look at Tiger and all the parallels between this year and last year. Last year he had not won, and this year he hasn't won, but he sure got it going today. He came into 13 at 4 under, over the green in 2, and Tiger was able to get it up and down all day. He hit only 9 greens in regulation.
But the 9 greens that he missed, he got it up and down every single time.
Save par at 13. Found the back bunker at the 15th. Save par there. So on to the par 5 16th. And Tiger, no surprise, going for it. Trickles just off the green, so Tiger made birdie there to go to 5 under. Meanwhile, John Daly for eagle at 16 to tie Tiger at 5 under.
Hasn't played particularly well here in the past, but remember, this is a new John Daly this year.
And watch John's tee shot at the 17th. And you're right, Peter, John Daly without a top 20 in 9 appearances here at Bay Hill.
Well, he's driving the ball much better. He's hitting a high cut now instead of the big old draw. And that cut serves him well here.
He ended up missing the birdie, but still shot 67. Low round for John Daly ever at Bay Hill. Meanwhile, Tiger birdie putt at the 18th to shoot 66 and take the outright lead. Tiger tapped in for par, settled for 67, but that good enough to share the first round lead right now. Meanwhile, a short time ago, Vijay Singh, second shot at the par 4 13th.
The shortest par 4 on the golf course, and Vijay takes advantage of it.
Vijay twice a runner-up here in 93 and 94. He tied for 4th last year. He went on to make birdies, so there you see the log jam at the top, 6 at -5, and the only one among them still on the course is Vijay, and we'll watch Vijay finish up today. But getting back to Tiger Woods, Peter Costas, the parallels are pretty interesting.
Well, he's made no bones about it. He prepares his golf game around 4 weeks a year. The first of those 4 weeks coming up in a few weeks at Augusta, and this is where he wants to start to turn up the notch on his burner. He wants to get himself going really solid when it turns the first week of April.
Among those at -2, Ernie Els, who has been spectacular, Sergio Garcia, Tom Lehman. Good scoring conditions today, roughly a third of the field in red figures. And there's Phil Mickelson, David Duval at -1. Greg Norman finishes up with 71. And there is Ernie Els on the tee at the 14th. And let's go out to the par 3 and join Bob Murphy. Murph?
Well, it's a beautiful day for the golf course. The greens are so firm. Ernie has chosen 5-iron, 203 yards. Ideally, you're trying to land this ball some 6-7 yards on the green, let it bounce back to the hole. There you see the firmness, and that's going to run, well, not bad with that 5-iron. He was able to get it up high enough. That's a wonderful golf shot.
Over at the 4th, make that the 3rd hole, and Sergio Garcia has a birdie chance to get to 3 under. Sergio finishing up on the front 9.
Going with a new putter this week. Worked hard at his golf swing with his dad, Victor. He's working on squaring up. He's gotten a little bit open with his stance.
Well done. Tied for 4th here last year. This is his 3rd time at Bay Hill.
And over at the 16th, the par 5, Jerry Pate with the putt for a birdie. It'll turn ever so slightly to his left. Well, not that much. Jerry Pate making a rare appearance on the PGA Tour. Talking to him earlier this week, said he's getting ready for the senior tour. Turns 50 next year as we go over to 8.
Thank you, Gary. Curtis Strange to save par and remain at 4 under.
It is a very quick putt down the hill here, going to turn to his left.
I mean, this is one where you don't want to have any doubt when you put the putter behind the ball. If you don't hit it the right speed, this is trouble.
Able to handle it, and the Ryder Cup captain remains 1 back. That's some look under that bill of that cap, isn't it?
You know, he may be a little bit older, but the stare is the same.
To 14.
Roger, we just saw Kenny Perry putt just before Ernie here, and his ball just ripped to the left.
In the very first part of his putt. Now, Ernie's putt is about 3 feet closer, so not as much influence from that slope. It should straighten out a little bit by the cup, so I think it's just off the hole on the right side, maybe right edge. Kind of erratic backside, bogey 10, 11, and then birdie 13.
At Doral at the Genuity Championship, Ernie had fantastic speed on the greens the first 3 days. On Sunday, he left quite a few putts short. Obviously influenced by the break that he just saw previous to that putt. But Ernie, we've only had 4 birdies here all day, so don't feel real bad about that one. So out early in the morning, Tiger Woods 5 under, John Daly 5, Cabrera 5, Houston 5, Weibring 5, and VJ 5 this afternoon. So beautiful scoring here at the Bay Hill Invitational.
Go over to the play at the 13th and join Bob Murphy. Murph?
Scott Mccarron 5 under for the day. He hit a wonderful golf shot, landed right by the hole, and went that far past the hole, and there is a misread. It's hard to believe that a guy is 5 under par can misread a putt that far, but it happens.
Tiger, the only player in the field without a bogey for the tournament.
You really could sense in that final round at Doral that he was starting to get his game together. And the last 2 days here, he has been very strong in all aspects of his game, driven the ball magnificently, hitting the short irons actually much better than he did at Doral.
You know, yesterday he only hit 9 greens in regulation according to the statistics, but that's where statistics can be wrong. This is a missed green, but it's a birdie putt.
He did this 4 or 5 times yesterday just off the putting surface. This is very makeable.
In there.
He's got a 4-shot lead.
Bay Hill Invitational will be right back with Tiger Woods on fire.
Here we are at the 6th hole. There's the tee back in here. Play it out over the lake, back into this position. Easily reachable by Tiger Woods in 2, given a good tee shot. Tiger on the tee waiting, Bill, for this man, Paul Azinger.
Azinger at 3 under par, even on the day. And that will have to go up and over that hill, correct, Peter? A little downslope to the green.
Yeah, and the bunkers have new sand in them, Jimmy. They're difficult to spin the ball, making that shot even harder.
Tiger now looking at the tee shot here at 6. There's just a hint of a breeze, Peter, coming from the right-hand side, which will push the ball toward the lake. He is hitting directly back into the sun, which is never easy.
Well, and most of the time when you come out of a shot to protect your eyes looking up into the sun, you lose it out to the right.
Uh-oh. You know, they say that he's perhaps the only player on tour who's capable of that. A lot of guys, they just, once the motor gets going, for better or for worse, it's going.
Well, he started it right over the corner of the lake and hit it hard. Great drive there.
Dead solid in the middle. Azinger with a par on this hole yesterday. Ooh. And a par again today. So Paul Azinger remains at 3 under par. Meanwhile, up ahead at the 16th hole, this is Rocco Mediate. 5 under par, his second shot on the par 5, and as you can see, he's going for it.
Right there.
Yes, it is, right there. See the ball start to fall away a little bit. Back on the 6th hole, Lee Janzen for birdie. So Janzen struggling along. Now at 2 over par. Meanwhile, back out in the fairway, this is David Gossett.
Who is a fairly big hitter, by the way, and he's got 250 yards into this green. Tiger Woods has 215. Peter Kostis, that's a huge difference.
Well, especially when you factor in the firmness of these greens, Mark. I mean, he's going to have to play a perfect shot to try and bounce it on. I think anything that lands on the green is just going to release through the green.
This one is headed toward that right bunker.
Ooh, and he's much farther back in it, Mark. That's going to be really difficult to get up and down.
It's a place where we've seen many of the balls end up today. And Tiger, as you can see there, not the longest hitter today. Charles Howell, who we saw just a moment ago over on the other side, a 311-yard drive.
He only needs to carry this ball about 200 yards. A little bit of breeze at his back. Could be even maybe a hard 7-iron. Certainly no more than 6.
Setting up well left. I think the prudent shot here is just hit a high cut just left of the hole, and if you miss it, hang it out short right.
It is very high, just left of the flag toward the center of the green. That's the way to play the hole.
That'll be just fine. We don't see many putting in 2. Certainly not approaching this green the way he did with an iron in hand. So Tiger Woods having a spectacular day.
Charles Howell and his second shot at the 18th.
From 150 yards, this a 9-iron. Oh, asking for it to be right. That's about as right as you're going to get.
This putt actually has 2 breaks to it. It's pretty flat at first, and then halfway through the putt, it's going to turn a little bit to the left as it gets down in a swale. It'll come back over the hill and then turn to the right up at the hole.
As we said, the difficulty of this hole today, 0 eagles, not a 1. So this would be the first. And the way Tiger's playing, I suppose it wouldn't be a surprise either. How about that?
Now, you'd think a guy who hit it 305 off the tee could get it there from 35 feet, right, Jimmy?
Can you be any closer? I guess not. I guess that's the way you're supposed to play this hole. So Tiger Woods, we're presuming, will pick up another stroke. A spectacular day for him, and as we said, recall it was this place a year ago where he started his remarkable springtime run at 14.
And the swing of John Houston. 14th today, 207 yards. John pulled it, and that'll collect into the back bunker. Not a terribly bad position, actually.
At the 18th, second shot for Angel Cabrera.
Only 137 yards. Of course, part of that due to the front hole location today. Takes advantage of the slope to the left of the hole. Not bad.
Another player who's long. He's led the European Tour in driving distance past couple of years. That's the story in the second round of the Bay Hill Invitational presented by Cooper Tires. It's all Tiger at 13 under, currently with a 5-shot lead.
Last year, we'd never seen him so ordinary. No spring in his steps, winless through mid-March. The doubters surfaced. He was a lifeless Tiger. And as his frustrations grew, so did the critics. How could he be so good, so perfect? Then this. Whispers of a slump turned into nothing but loud noise ringing in his ears. Then came that weekend here at Bay Hill. Slump? Get a load of this. His 66 on Saturday gave him the lead and his old can't-lose look. And so when he stood over the winning putt on the 72nd hole, the force in his fists told us all, don't ever doubt me. The engravers listened. Next week, next stop, hoist the Players' Championship trophy. Next start, claim your second green jacket. So here we are again, mid-March, Bay Hill, winless. By the way, he's taken the King's sword the last 2 years. Anyone want to doubt him again? And this one could be even more special for Tiger Woods as he looks for the three-peat at Bay Hill. Had a 4-shot lead as he headed into this Saturday's play, but a miss at the opening hole for par there. Just the second bogey of the tournament for Tiger, and he would fall back to 11 under. But watch this. Third shot, par 5 fourth, downhill lie, thick rough, did have some green to work with, but this was a long and beautiful, delicate touch displayed by Tiger. He would birdie that hole, get himself back to 12 under and even par for the day, and then looking for another birdie at the very next hole. Par 4 fifth, thought he had it. So close, settles for the par and remained at 12 under. In the meantime, playing today with Scott Mccarron, who's finished second in his last 2 starts. Mccarron here looking for a birdie at the 5th. 3 in a row for Mccarron, yes. That moves him to double digits under par at 10 under. And then moments ago, Sergio Garcia looking for his second PGA Tour victory of the year and his second straight birdie at the long par 4 ninth. And Garcia is out in 32. 5 birdies for the young Spaniard on the front 9 as we take a look at the current leaderboard brought to you by Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. And there is Tiger Woods, who began the day with a 4-shot lead. It has dwindled to 2 over Scott Mccarron. He's playing with Mccarron in that final group, and then Sergio Garcia has moved into the mix. He is within 3. Ernie Els, the hottest player in the world, at 8 under par. And then Vijay Singh at 6 under par, along with Jose Maria Olazabal, the best field in all of golf to this date on the PGA Tour. As you look at the players involved here, Mickelson, Duvall, at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club.
Tiger Woods also through the green with his second shot and now left with a birdie putt. Roger Maltbie.
Well, Tiger certainly drew a better lie over the green with his second shot than did Scott Mccarron, and really played a really kind of indifferent chip here. I don't think this is Something that Tiger was particularly pleased with. Missed a short birdie putt at the last and was not too happy about it. Facing one here even shorter than the one he missed at the last, this from about 7 feet. Shouldn't do much from here, I wouldn't think, Gary.
Well, the tendency, I believe, Roger, is you think the ball should move toward the water. It will, but ever so slightly. No, it just will not move much. So both Tiger Woods and Scott Mccarron will make disappointing par 5s at the 6th, and we'll move ahead to 7.
Ernie Els now for birdie. And Ernie following suit here. Not making the birdies we made yesterday.
And over to 7.
And a good view back down the golf hole. Look at the people out to watch here at Ernie's place. Beautiful Bay Hill. Bay Hill Invitational. People love golf, and obviously Tiger gives them that excitement. Roger?
Well, 197 yards today, this par 3. This is 6-iron for Scott. And this ball starts well left at the left side of the green. That will provide an interesting putt.
Almost feel like he was in between clubs there with that pull shot, more or less.
And back at the 8th, John Daly trying to stay in that tie at 8 under. Long putt for par coming back.
Nice uphill putt, not scary at all. Been making a lot of long putts lately.
Look at this read.
Just a little easier, John.
So Daly will drop a shot and back to 7.
And Tiger having a look from behind. Also choosing 7-iron, Roger.
And the contest here is to get the ball way up in the air to get it to land soft, Murph. And he has hit this really high. About 15 feet left of the hole. It doesn't quite get on the back terrace, but a pretty good shot.
Yep, a bit unlucky, actually, that wouldn't bounce up to the top.
As we go back out to the 8th and pick up Ernie Els' second shot here to this par 4, and Mark Rolfing's out there.
173 yards for Ernie. Just missed a makeable putt back at 8, as we saw. It's been an up and down round, 2 bogeys already. But 3 birdies to offset that.
Says be right like he likes it. Takes a couple of hops in. What you have to do here on the revamped Bay Hill greens, and he's got a birdie chance to 7.
And that the putt of Scott Mccarron on the way. Beautiful speed.
At the par 5 12th, the longest of the 4 par 5s here at Bay Hill. This is Mickelson's 3rd shot. 580 yards, almost got home in 2, and he'll have a very short birdie putt there to get to 6 under.
Well, he has been a little more tentative than you might see him on the greens, usually a little more aggressive, but I like the way he's rolling his rock right now, I'll tell you that. Just from a little better than 20 feet, uphill slightly, and move to his right.
Wow. And that is just un-Tiger-like in my mind, that he's reading the putt to come up that far short.
Well, I think he mishit that putt for one, and it took a little hop in the middle of the putt, so I think that killed all the speed on it.
At the 12th, Mickelson now for his birdie, this downhill, moving to his right. Ooh, okay, it's in there now. So Mickelson to 6 under par. Up and down round for him today. 4 birdies, 2 bogeys. We go back to 7.
And Tiger for par. One thing, Roger Maltbie, I'm used to Tiger walking like halfway between the hole and the ball and taking sort of practice swings looking at the hole. He doesn't seem to be doing as much of that this year.
No, I have not seen him do that to this point.
That putt, on the other hand, was pounded.
Well, he is not going to be very pleased, obviously, after the putt missed at 5 and the last hole at the 6th. This is giving away shots now.
Well, he had a 4-shot lead when he teed off, and that's been changed to 1. And over at the 10th, Sergio Garcia now for a birdie all the way across the green. This green very fast. Difficult hole location. You see as Sergio walks up right behind the bunker.
Well, Tiger coming into this, guys, into this round, had only 1 bogey in previous 78 holes before today. He's already picked up a couple, and he bogeyed this hole yesterday.
Perfect shot is really just at these bunkers with maybe a little fade. Straight is good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Not happy with that. 265 to those bunkers out there, so the player's laying up. But
Man, that ball
way left.
Could have some real tree trouble. And the problem with tree trouble here, if it is, you got to go look at what we're going to be going over here when we watch Tiger, to a hole location tucked in the very left corner over a lake. So this is a tough time to miss a shot. He's trying to keep the club in front of him.
8 has not been a good hole for Tiger. The bogey there yesterday. Triple bogey in the first round last year. Moments ago at Bay Hill, 2-time defending champion Tiger Woods, after playing +1 golf through the first 3 holes, looking for a spark, looking for a birdie at the par 5 4th. And back to even par on the day, back to 10 under, and back in the lead by 1 as he goes for the three-peat in the Bay Hill Invitational. And it's another scorching day in Central Florida at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club. Record temperatures expected today in Orlando, around 90 degrees for this final round, and the leaderboard is heating up as well as we take a look at the current final round leaderboard, brought to you by Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. And what a leaderboard it is. The top 2 players in the world, Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson, who dueled in this tournament last year, could be headed for another one today, as Tiger Woods is 1 clear of Mickelson. Cabrera, Campbell has a little bit of international feel to it, as Cabrera's from Argentina, Campbell from New Zealand. There's John Daly looking for his first PGA Tour win since the '95 British Open. Spaniard Jose Maria Olazabal, the 2-time Masters champion, right in it, just 2 back. South African Ernie Els at 7 under. Number 4 player in the world, David Duval, just 3 back. Vijay Singh. All those names with a chance to pull it out here on what we anticipate to be a dramatic Sunday here at Bay Hill. We take you right out to the action, the par 5 6th, and Gary Koch.
Thank you, Dan. It's a 558-yard par 5. Phil Mickelson with a lengthy putt for birdie after struggling on the hole. Actually played his 3rd shot from over near the 7th hole.
This from about 20 feet. It will break to his left, down toward the lake.
Been very, very stoic, Roger. We didn't see one facial expression hardly change the whole day yesterday until 18. He smiled a little on 18, but very businesslike, huh?
He had his hands full yesterday. He didn't have his best stuff, and
yeah,
he was just trying to keep it all held together by chewing gum and baling wire and get to the finish yesterday.
What about this putt? Very makeable, huh?
It is. I don't see much breaking this putt at all, John. Downhill ever so slightly.
Ever have a lot of those earlier in this tournament. And he lips out a birdie attempt for his second straight at the 5th. Instead remains 10 under, 1 clear of the field. Well, we were all wondering what was in store for Tiger Woods in this final round at Bay Hill. After that 74 yesterday, began the day the same way with a bogey at the 1st, so it looks like he was going to sputter, but then turned the switch on at the 8th with that beautiful par-saving stroke. Tiger was back on the prowl. Phil Mickelson looking for his second win of 2002. It looked a lot like last year's final charge. That's what it's looked like. A birdie at the 12th. Mickelson had regained the lead, but they just experienced a 2-shot swing, and Mr. Woods is back on top. So the duel of the top 2 players in the world continues. Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson at the top of the leaderboard at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Invitational. And there is the leader at the 13th.
And after a 249-yard 5-iron at the last hole, Roger Maltbie told me, I'm presuming Tiger's probably going to hit 3 or 4 off this tee to get the correct distance shot he wants coming into the green.
Going with that stinger shot that's so effective.
Mickelson with a driver at this par 4 15th, dogleg right.
Dangerous shot here. It's very narrow. He's going to try to go over everything. Not too much noise going on with the gallery. That's an aggressive line and a perfect golf shot. Nice shot, Phil Mickelson.
Kind of the same line we saw John Daly take earlier, right over those magnolias on the corner.
And Michael Campbell now for birdie. A misread like I've seen. Michael 10 under par, going along very well.
At the 16th, Ernie Els' second shot.
Needs an eagle gear.
He does. 177 yards to the hole. Yelling for it to come down. Bite. No. No.
That'd be a fun bunker shot.
Yes, it will. Water staring him in the face. We go back to 14.
And John Houston just in the bunker. Terrific touch.
That was a big swing he made at that, you know, just a lot of loft though.
Terrific touch. Yeah, he was trying to throw it up, wasn't he?
At 17, the long par 3, Rocco Mediate. His putt for par. Goes left and then moves back right. Tee shot was way left. This hole is playing so hard today, Johnny. It is unbelievable. Just one birdie to this middle right hole location, about 6 paces over the bunker.
And Tiger's ready to go there, Roger Maltbie?
He is from 115 yards. And Murph, I'd like to add that discussion about how he found his swing and started hitting shots that would find the fairway and knocking it down and turning it over. That's not something you teach. That's just learning how to, it's an innate sense of how to get the job done.
Stick-to-itiveness. You can see he's aiming left of the hole.
And this ball is just left of the hole.
Whoa now. Got a little sand or a little grass back in his eye as the wind blew.
And after bombing his drive, just 98 yards left for Mickelson at the par 4 15th.
He needs birdie right here. Looks pretty darn good. Not great though.
Mickelson trying to offset that bogey at 14 and get a birdie back at 15. By the way, Rocco Mediate made bogey at 17 to drop to 8 under. So there they sit, Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson at the top.
Up over a ridge and then should move to the right in the area of the hole.
Good speed, but that an indication of why we're not seeing super low scores at Bay Hill. The greens are just more difficult to figure, not only putting them, but approaching as well.
And Phil Mickelson playing to win as well, doing a little scoreboard watching there as he gets ready to play the 16th. Good view of the board there. Mickelson finds himself 1 shot behind Tiger Woods. Over at 15, John Houston to get into a tie with Mickelson.
Not much break. Very easy putt. Yes! Oh, it did. Got it outside the hole. Couldn't tell.
There's that new cross-handed grip that Houston has gone to. 17.
Tee shot for Ernie Els, 6-iron. Carry going right at the flag, 201 yards.
What's the landing area, about 1 foot there?
You have to play left.
I mean, if you were to go at it, you have to land on the fringe, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Ernie.
That comes up about 8 or 10 yards short. That is not good. So his hopes drown at 17.
That won't be short. Excellent lag putt. You have to do that to win golf tournaments.
Not his best effort.
14.
Lin Matisse landed some 8 or 10 yards short of the green and bounced to right here. This for birdie on a long day. Nice putt, nice 2. Gets Lin back to 8 under par. Only 1 over for the day.
Okay, at 18, second shot for Cabrera. And by the way, 17 and 18 playing the 2 toughest holes out here at Bay Hill today.
You better guess the wind right and hit it flush,
or you'll end up like that.
You're going to be right there in the water.
And that is going to cost Cabrera some cash.
Oh man, that is
14.
huge.
Well, a nice cap in for par right there.
17.
This is Ernie Els' putt for double bogey. Unable to hit the green after he dropped the ball in the ball drop. Hit it over, chipped to there. So that will drop him to 7 under. To 15.
Michael Campbell for his par to remain at 10 under. Remember that shot that got away from him on the left, and he's able to save it. Nice 4.
It's a good birdie opportunity, Roger.
It is. The wind, everything sets up well to get this ball close, John.
I'm sure he'd like to spread himself from Mickelson. He knows he's 1 ahead of him right now.
He's hit this ball very, very high, left of the hole toward the center of the green.
That'll creep further back toward the hole.
Oh man, he got the ridge there, Raj. That was a good break.
You saw Campbell earlier ride the wrong side of that ridge, and you saw Tiger use the ridge. Some players have tried to go at it, but if you just lazily flop it on that ridge at 15, look at that look by Tiger.
Yes, I do.
Again, the hole cut just 5 paces over the water. He's going right at it. Oh, it will come back a little bit, John, but it has been pretty much typical of where we've seen the ball end up. We go to 15.
And this is Tiger Woods for birdie, with Mickelson faced with that par putt at 16. A chance to give himself a bigger cushion. And he's run that well by.
Went left. He didn't expect that. Expected to be pretty straight.
Well, that was a misread then, John, because it looked like it was going left all the way.
Hit it plenty firm to keep that line, Raj.
He sure did. But everything falls to this back right bunker on this green.
Well, he doesn't know it, but he's about ready to get a serious gift from Phil Mickelson that he's going to find out in about 10 minutes.
Well, he checked out the scoreboard very carefully between 14 green and 15 tee, so he knows his lead is 1, but he has no idea of what's happened up ahead with Phil.
Drops in the par 4. Woods remains at 12 under. Mickelson just ahead of him, trying to stay at 11 under. His par putt upcoming.
Welcome back. We're at the 17th. Phil Mickelson for his par to remain within 2. Well, after playing the first 13 holes in 5 under, he's now bogeyed 3 of his last 4. Drops back to 9 under. And now 3 behind Tiger. Back at 16, Michael Campbell with his 3rd shot, and Johnny not an easy one.
Nope, 2 behind Woods though, you never know.
Yeah, but thick rough and big ridge to contend with, and he's got it on the wrong side of the ridge. Wow, that's interesting. It almost looked like he was aiming it over that way.
It was almost like he was thinking, you know,
if I hit
second or third place would be pretty good.
Or if I hit this too hard, I could hit it in the water.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
At 18.
Shortly after the bouquet of flowers delivered to young Sergio Garcia. Birdie putt at 18, dropped in. So you're nice to the gallery and you get a little payback with the birdie at 18. 16.
Looks like Tiger's laying up, Roger.
He is. Had 236 yards left to the hole from a precarious lie. Elected to lay up. This ball going down the right-hand side to give himself an angle.
And he leaves it well back. I like that. He'll have a full shot to be able to play in. And now for his par. All right, safely in, but 2 very good shots played here to walk away with a par. Remains 2 back.
Xander. Clipped it solidly this right of the hole.
Well, that could catch the ridge we talked about and spin a little left. That's a well-played shot.
Back to the tee at 17.
Michael Campbell. See him aiming left with a 5-iron.
I want to see a good shot, Gary. Something right of that left bunker, huh?
Well, this one looks like it's headed left as well. And just filling that left bunker up. At 18.
On the way, Mickelson second. Gallery seeming like they like it.
Wow.
Whoa.
What's going on with the club selections here? That's going to be quite the shot, by the way.
Over at 16, chance for Woods to get another one on the field, Gary.
Well, and you'd have to think, Dan, if this were to go in, it might put him in pretty good shape. He could afford to play the last 2 holes very conservatively.
Well, amazing the contrast in styles, huh? Tiger lays up, plays a wedge away from the hole. Conservative. Phil very aggressive.
He'll turn to his left. Oh, it looks good. It looks good. Yes, Tiger Woods. Very intelligent, conservative play. Makes birdie and now has a 3-shot lead. That is Tiger's 3rd birdie of the back 9. No bogeys.
All right, for par.
Yeah, we've seen this putt a million times. They throw it out there about 10 inches to the left and curve it in just like Sergio Garcia. Is it going to stay up? Nope.
That was almost the same putt that Tiger had to beat him last year.
Yeah, it was.
What a disappointing
Finish.
string of bogeys for Mickelson. 4 in the last 5 holes. A 71. Again, he was at 12 under par through 13 holes.
Pronate right over and hit a little trap hook. So it looks like he's aiming right.
Same shot he played yesterday, but this one turning over to the left side of the fairway. This one turning too much, I think.
It's a good angle there. He just, actually, it's perfect. The rough is a little bit flyerish there, but he'll just play some conservative thing to the left and get out of Dodge with his 30th win.
While Tiger was hitting, this was Michael Campbell's third shot from the rough at 18.
Boy, that is excellent. That was very, very, very good. Michael,
how about that good? That gets him to 9 under. All right, Tiger Woods is second. Roger?
Well, now 171 yards to the hole, but I cannot believe he will aim this over at the flagstick. This has got to be aimed left at the center of the green.
He's playing it way back in stance, just trap it, huh?
This from 171. This is going at the very, very left side of the green, John.
Just what you're supposed to do, huh?
Oh, he'll stay there.
That's not bad at all. That's a good spot. Real good spot.
Seems like most of Central Florida's out here watching this.
Big hole for him, Roger.
Yes, it is. And he has to be aggressive, John. He's going to have to try to hit something and cut it against this wind. It's coming a little bit from right to left and against.
I'd be real curious to where he goes with this. Whether he says, well, this hole's too scary for me, which is not all bad. Just play 20, 30 feet left. Like a good
He's
swing.
going right at it, John. That's just a little left of the hole. Wind moving it slightly.
Oh, just makes it over.
Man, what a difference a couple feet make. John Houston, of course, foot short of that in the rocks.
Well, he's about to win his 30th PGA Tour event, and we've seen him win in just a variety of ways. We've also watched him win major championships by 15 shots, by 12 shots, by 8 shots, but we saw a little bit something different today. After the 74 yesterday, it was still a struggling Tiger Woods through the first 7 holes, and somehow, some way, I think, even though some people might think all those major championship wins were the most impressive, this has to rank right up there when you're trying to find your game and you find it and you put it away on Sunday.
I think you should learn something from this. He's so worried about his swing all the time that he's constantly making swing adjustments, and if he would just play by instinct, he's got all his shots now.
.30 wins and 115 starts, better than 25% of the time.
That's an interesting little chip shot. You got this big brow of the hill, as you can see, that's coming down here, but there is a little saddle. He can go right inside of that right there. He doesn't need to go up that high on the hill. It's a little bowl in just underneath the saddle. Pardon me.
And after all the accolades we've thrown Tiger's way today, it wouldn't be complete without following up on what we talked about at the top of the telecast, Johnny. Now, 23 of 25 times Tiger Woods has closed the deal as the 54-hole leader in a PGA Tour event. That is absolutely remarkable.
I don't know if anybody will ever do that. We always said that about Nicklaus's records, but that right there, 23 wins and 25 tries in the U.S. is when you're holding the lead going in the last day is almost off the charts. I mean, it is off the charts. It's almost impossible
for anybody else.
Well, I mean, you have to have some help sometimes, and he has had some help, but most of the time he's made his own luck.
Okay, Lin Matisse, the only man that can tie Michael Campbell, who is in solo second right now. This birdie would do it.
Rod just moves right, what, like 8 inches or something?
Something like that, John. Maybe not quite that much from this angle.
Depends on the speed. Beautiful putter of the ball. See if it moves right. man! Just a little easier, and that would have gone down. Like we said, the difference between 9 under and 8 under is a monstrous difference. So he's going to end up most likely at 8 under.
So it'll be a 73 for Matisse, playing with Tiger for the second time in his career. It was a couple of years ago on that Saturday at the Players Championship when Tiger was trying to chase down Hal Sutton. Tiger shot 66 that day, and Lin Matisse shot 73, and this is a little similar situation with Tiger's 69. And Lin Matisse's 73. Grew up very close to this year's U.S. Open site, Beth Page, and says he can't wait to get out there, except he's not going to be in the field. Tiger Woods will, and Tiger Woods finishes off another PGA Tour victory.
Another dagger in their hearts right there. Third one.